Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the King of Hell here, also known as Seth, also known as King the Conqueror, also known as the High Evolutionary. I hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys are having a great day. So, I haven't been making any videos lately because I've been too busy on Twitch and taking care of some business. You know, um, if you think me gaming means that I'm not following through my magical processes, you are severely mistaken. You're severely mistaken. Um, why am I saying that? Because you shouldn't quit either. That's why. Um, well, it depends who you're working with or whatever. Maybe there's some people that you should stop, working with. But personally, I am still working on my magic. I'm still discovering things and understanding things. Of course, all of my energy is more directed into creating the same thing that I did here, but on my streaming service, if that's even possible at all. Um, because quite frankly, I look. I'm bitter. I'm a bitter YouTuber. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bitter YouTuber. I've been on here for 3 years. I saw people, thousands of people, blow past me in like a few months. Uh, like I've seen all kinds of garbage content on here, man, and I'm talking flaming pile of trash content, and and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. It's not fun. I don't enjoy it. I like making videos. I like making videos. I don't like making videos. That's not true. What I like is giving y'all power. I like giving people their power back. I don't like making videos. I like giving people their power back. It's not working. From what I'm seeing, from what I understand, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But if I understand, if I can read the room here, if I'm reading the room right here, you guys don't want your power back. You guys don't want your power back. You want to stay, you want to conform, you want everything to stay the same. This is what I'm reading. And I've been reading it for a minute now. I've been seeing it happen for a minute now. So I'm reading the room right, I think, because I've been reading the room for a minute. Because I'm not stupid. I'm not fucking stupid. Like, I'm not that crazy. I might be crazy a little bit, but I'm not that stupid. I know the things I say. I'm aware of the things that I say, and I'm aware of the consequence that those things have. So if people wanted their power back, they would have listened. So judging by that notion, after countless fucking videos, after more than 1,000 2-hour long videos, because I almost have 1,000 videos on my channel. Let's be real here. Let's not lie to ourselves. I put them on private. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't care if I die tomorrow. I don't really give a shit. I don't really give a shit that nobody has access to the information because nobody cares about the information in the first place. It's like a fucking library. I feel like a library. I feel like a library. Now I know what a library feels like. It's there, but nobody goes to check. It's there, but nobody goes there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's there, but nobody reads anything. You know what I mean? Like, there's people, but nobody reads nothing. So, like, it is what it is. So am I quitting YouTube? Probably. Like, I would like to. It depends if the spirits if somebody comes along and start fucking around on Lucifer's name, I might have to, straighten that shit out. But apart from that, I'm probably not gonna do any fucking videos, man. Like I fucking give up, you know. I give up, dude. Like this is pointless. This is pointless. And like let's be real here. My last video has 56 views, which is good. It's good. That's a good thing. But there's one trope. There's one trope that makes that a real thing. What is that? What is the trope that makes it a real thing? The fact that I put Jesus in the title. I'm not talking about Jesus in the video. Well, I am kind of, but that's not really what the video is about. 56 views. That's a lot. It's a lot. It's not amazing. It's not, mind blowing. It's not crazy, but it's a lot, bro. It's a lot, man. It's clickbait. I've been clickbaiting people, and the only reason why my videos are getting any traction right now is because all my videos have clickbait titles in it. All my recent videos have clickbait titles in it. If I talk about real shit, like my video that I did about mathematics, has 16, 13 views. That's not a lot. There's 10 people watched it. It's math, universal math. People are not interested. I mean, I'm not stupid. I can read the room, bro. I can read between the lines, bro. Like you put Jesus in front of a title, you get 56 views. You talk about math, which is a very important thing, not like actual school math, but universal math, spiritual math, and nobody's interested. There's 10 people that are interested. Bro, that's sad as fuck. That's the saddest shit ever. You put Jesus in the title, and all of a sudden, everybody clicks on it. And then you're gonna tell me you're not brainwashed? This is not brainwashing? This is a social experiment. I just committed a social experiment, and it worked. I made a social experiment, and it worked. This just goes to show you what we're going through right now, how much people are brainwashed. And people are okay with being brainwashed. Shit, I think they even want the brainwashing. There's there's some people that are not okay with it, but they have a limit too. There's some people that have a limit. They're not ready for apotheosis. They're not ready for a lot of things that are spiritually binded. A lot of people are not ready for spiritual bonding. A lot. A lot. Not a small amount, a big amount. And it is what it is. I had a conversation the other day with somebody. The person was telling me, well, nah, screw the conversation. I have more than one person. There's a lot of people that talk to me, and when they talk to me, they're kind of like, well, I don't like the Illuminati, but they kind of help me though. I've heard that a lot. I've heard that many times. I've heard that many times. Believe it or not, I have heard that many times from close friends. I've heard that from close friends, bro. Like, a lot of people are kind of into the brainwashing. They've given up on themselves. A lot of people have given up on themselves, and they are relying. They're not self relying. They're relying period on a lie. But the lie works. So that's why they rely on it. I've noticed something too about the new normal, right? People aren't into the new normal. A couple months ago, they're not into the new normal because, and I don't know why. Because every time, like, I feel like I can feel I'm an empath, so I feel energies, I feel emotions. Like when people get excited about something, I can feel it. When people are not excited about something, I feel that too. When I talk about the power of manifestation being something that is going to be something absolutely normal in your everyday life, people are not excited about it. It's like they don't even want to hear about it. They stole, these Illuminati people stole the new normal from us. We are the new normal, not them. They just wanted to act like they were the new normal. They just wanted to erase the notion of the new normal, which they did successfully. They successfully did it because, speaking of success, a lot of people's mindset about success have changed. They flipped the energy of it. And I told you guys, even last year, before all this happened, even last year I told you guys that that's the type of shit that they do. I told you guys how they do it. I'm still telling you guys how they do it. You know, there's a lot of shit that shouldn't be going on that is going on. There's a lot of copycatting. There's a lot of copycatting here. The new normal was one of them. That pandemic was never going to last. It was never a thing in the first place. It was just the Illuminati trying to remove a mindset from people's minds, which they have done. They remove the mindset from your mind. That's too much. That is too much. That's borderline injustice. That's borderline. It's borderline abuse of power. It's borderline abuse of power at this point. I mean, like, you can do magic. Nobody can stop you from doing magic. You can be an illusion artist. Nobody can stop you from being an illusion artist. But to do this to so many people, it's on the line of abuse of power at this point. I mean, there's no law. You can't go to jail for pulling stunts like that. You can't really, it's not illegal. You know, there's no office of illusion practitioners that dictates ethical and unethical illusionist practices or magician practices. There's no such thing. So there's no authority over that thing. But you know what? The sad part is you are the authority over those things, because those things are things that are you. They don't belong to you. They are you. You are the justice card. You are the judgment card in the tarot. That's also inside you. You are a walking justice tarot card. You are a walking judgment tarot card. You are a walking um, temperance tarot card. That is also you. It's not just the lover's card. That's you. It's not just the magician card. That's you. The fool card. That's you. It's not just the world card. That is you. You are also temperance, justice, And it's not and temperance, justice, and what's the other one I said? Temperance, justice. Uh, well, fuck it. You know what I'm talking about. Just rewind the damn thing. You are the law. Those three cards create the law, the universal law. Those three cards create the universal law. You're also the force card. You're also everybody represents themselves as queen and emperor. Well, queen and emperor rules over the land. That's why they're emperors. That's why they're queen. Empresses and queen. Empress and emperor. That's also you. You are also the devil card. You're also the devil card. All of those cards are you. They are a representation of your power manifest as a human being. These cards are cards, the cards that you're reading are a representation of every aspect, every spiritual aspect inside of you. All the laws, all the rules that regulates your spiritual level and your spirituality as a whole. So when illusionists or wizards or dark wizards, whatever you want to call them, or causing mass confusion or causing illusion, it's not your job to follow everybody else. It's your job to recognize it and then say no. That's what your job is, because your job is being the ruler. Your job is being the empress. Your job is being the emperor. Your job is being justice. Your job is being temperance. Your job is being judgment. Because they're not attacking McDonald's, they're attacking you. It's not McDonald's that's being affected by what's going on. It's you that's being affected by what's going on. Regular people should have a moniker of, there should be some place and time. Like, okay, in an idealistic world, you know me, if it was up to me, school would look like Hogwarts. So we ain't gonna talk about what I think, because I'm crazy. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna talk about what I think because I'm a fucking crazy guy. I'm a crazy person. So if it was up to me, school would look like Hogwarts. So we ain't gonna talk about that. But I will say this, in my opinion, nevertheless, in my opinion, I feel like people should have a smidgen, at least a little bit of a generalized notion of these spiritual factors, so that they could be able to make cohesive decisions. Did I say that right? Cohesive decisions in their everyday life. Because I'm not talking about protesting here. I'm not talking about going outside and protest against something. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you see something, you hear something, something comes to your attention. It doesn't come to your attention for no reason. It came to your attention because now the universe needs to know what is your stance on this. It's like the little trick that I was talking about in my last video about, oh no, I didn't release that video. Yeah, well, I said it in one of my videos about like going to the cinema, buying a ticket, accepting what you're about to see. It's a ritual. It doesn't have to be a ritual, but these people do it as a ritual. I'm not saying movie magic. I'm not saying movie magic is an actual magic that everybody absolutely practices. I'm not saying movies is magic, period. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is some people fool other people into a magical practice without their consent, without them even knowing that they actually did consent to. It's like some religious people believe that when you watch pornography, yes, I just said that, that just happened. Some religious people believe that when you watch pornography, that you are permitting an entity to, a demon, entity, whatever, you're permitting an entity to come into you and affect your everyday life. So if pornography can do that, because pornography is a movie at the end of the day, it's a filmed, it's filmed, it's the same thing, right? So if that's possible for pornography, then it's possible for any other types of movies. It doesn't matter what kind of movie it is. You can't tell me that the only space where this entity can have can have some power is inside of pornography. No. That's impossible. That doesn't make any sense. If the entity is capable of doing that in pornography, then the entity can do that in any other kind of movie. Unless the director of the movie is aware that this entity exists and is capable of doing that. And let's wait a minute. Let's pump our brakes. So the director, unless the director is aware that this entity can hop onto to a movie and then do that to people, then of course this person's movie is entity free, right? Because this person made the movie in a way that, okay, this entity cannot come in here. And mind you, I'm not saying that what these people are saying isn't true, as a matter of fact, but I will say this. I will refer, when we say entity, I would suggest to have more belief in this notion. Let's think about entity, because an entity can be anything, right? So let's talk about intellect here, right? So this entity that was built by this person, because that's what happened, because you're the medium, you're the magic wand, right? You're the magic wand. If a demon decides to come up with an elaborate plan to take over people's spirit and soul, well, he's gonna use a medium. And what is the medium? A human. He's gonna use a person in order to do it. So you're the medium, you're the wand, you're that entity's magic wand. And thanks to you, thanks to his tool of magic, because that's what I was talking about in my last video, thanks for his tool of magic, he can now operate on a physical level. So that is for people that are not aware of this, right? But in the case of, let's say, an action movie or a romance movie, right? And this entity is in that movie. That entity is there because somebody put it there. And that entity of magic in this realm, in this spiritual world that we're living in, where it's very easy to pull stunts like this and do tricks like that, we're talking about demons. We don't have to talk about demons. Forget about demons. Forget about demons. Because the actual entity is you having a different state of mind, right? So if I make a movie and I put in the movie, it's like Interview with the Vampire. I like that movie. It's a good movie, but it's kind of weird too, and I'm very disturbed by that movie at the same time. It's a very disturbing movie because there is a little girl in there. It does talk about like underage relationships, right? The little girl's immortal. The soul is immortal. She came into the world. There's a paradigm. There's a contrast to what they're saying in the movie, right? And she might be young, but she thinks like an older person, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Interview with the Vampire. So, that right there is the entity. There's a spiritual notion. We're talking about the soul of the person. The person feels older than they actually are. The subject is that. The entity is this also. That is the entity. It's not a subject, it's the entity. You can see it as a subject matter, and you can also see it as an entity. So thousands of people see the movie, millions of people see the movie, bought a ticket, blah, 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 bought it on DVD, blah, 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 blah. Talk about it in the morning day news, magazines, all that shit, Oscars, award winnings, blah, 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 blah. Snowball effect, right? But this person put that there on purpose. He didn't have to put that notion in there. Like, it's not, nobody made him do it. Right? I mean, somebody probably did make him do it, but that person, nobody made him do it. Like, you can't tell me somebody made him do it and then somebody made him do it. Because the thing about demons, the thing about religiousness, the thing about religion that doesn't make any fucking sense is that their explanation, it doesn't look like that's what they're saying. But at the end of the day, that's kind of what you're saying, right? You might not be aware that that's what you're saying, but at the end of the day, that's what you're saying. So you're saying like somebody made him do it. Like, this is the demon. This is what demons are to religious people. Somebody made him do it, and then somebody made that guy do it, and then somebody made that guy do it. Like, so the starting point is this guy, but before this guy there was another guy, so somebody made it this guy do it, and then somebody made this guy do it, and then somebody made this guy do it, and then somebody made this guy do it, and then it never fucking ends. That's ridiculous. Somebody is responsible for whatever is going on, period. End of story. And it has to be a fucking person, not a fucking demon. That cannot be. It is impossible. As a matter, and if we go by your knowledge, your logic, well, shit, if the demon did it, somebody made the demon do it too. So even the demon is not responsible for what he's doing. No, somebody is responsible for this because we are humans. We are capable of reading books. We are capable of writing. We have taught. We have knowledge. We are very capable of doing any of this shit. We have everything that we need in our minds and in our bodies and physically to be able to manifest the nonsense that is being manifested today. And if you don't understand that, then you don't know who the fuck you are. Period. End of story. Point blank range. So that's why I don't subscribe to this secular religion. And that's why you should stop too subscribing to the. But I'm not here to tell you what to do because I'm anyways. I mean, really. I mean, okay. Tell me that. Explain to me the yin and the yang. If God is so great, if God is so awesome, explain to me the yin and the yang. Explain it to me. Explain it to me. If it's so fucking good, explain the yin and yang. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So, mind you, I'm not saying you're crazy for believing in demons. I'm not saying you're crazy for believing in absolutely the contrary. The absolute contrary. What I'm saying is, though, it's not the gun that's evil. It's the person using the gun that's evil. You know, guns don't kill, people kill. You know? So, back to our apples. So now, they bombard us. We got bombarded with wars. We're being bombarded with all those things are distractions, by the way. All of these things are fucking distractions. The movies tell you that these things are distractions and you still accept it. So you're part of the ritual. And I'm not saying anything new. If you go to university, they teach you this kind of shit. So human science. They teach you this kind of shit in university. So I'm not even saying anything that crazy. It's just people take it to face value, or they just accept it as soon as they're in university, so they can get their diplomas and get a job after. But this shit is your kids are learning exactly what I'm saying as of this moment. They are studying what I'm saying as of this moment. They are accepting. You're paying. You're giving money to the institution. The institution is telling you how shit works, and everybody does absolutely nothing about it. And I'm not saying people should just burn down universities. No. Internally, in your mind and in your heart, you are accepting. And that is the worst place to accept something, in your mind and in your heart. Because lying and acting like you accept something, that doesn't mean shit. You're lying. You're not really accepting it. You're just acting like you're accepting it so people leave you alone. You're not hurting anybody. Well, you might be hurting some people, but you're not hurting yourself. Because the thing is, if you accept something in your mind and in your heart, you're going to live on your everyday life in that notion. So you are going to reduce. You're going to reduce the level of spiritual knowledge and spiritual strength that you have on purpose. You might not understand it because you're not that smart. Maybe that's an excuse. That is an excuse, because I am talking about shit that you obviously need to understand. You have to have the mind to understand it. And if nobody tells you this shit, you're not going to have the mind to understand it. So you're not going to understand it, and you're going to do it without even noticing that you're doing it. So that's a good excuse that you just don't know. But not everybody just doesn't know. You're not going to tell me that 8 billion people, 8 billion people, which I don't even believe that. I think we're more than that, but whatever. You're going to tell me that 8 billion people just go along to get along because they're not wiser than that. Come on. Please. And what about me? What's my fucking excuse? What's my fucking excuse? How do you explain me? Because you just explain everybody else is fine, but how do you explain me? What the fuck am I doing here? How am I here? If what you say makes sense, how the fuck come I'm here? That don't make sense. That doesn't add up. So you pay the institution, you go and learn about human sciences, about the social human interaction, and they tell you this at school, that you have to kind of like, you there is a agreement with everyone and everything about how all of this should be run, or not should, but is being ran. So we are part of the ritual too. We're all part of the ritual. But the thing is, don't accept it in your mind and in your heart. Be aware that it's there, okay, because all these things are fucking distractions. They're distracting you from you. You're being distracted from looking towards yourself. And the worst part is, they found a way to make it look like it's a bad thing when you are looking towards yourself. So there's this massive, gigantic entity that wants you to look at it and only it all the time. This entity doesn't want you to look at yourself. It wants you to look at it. Don't look at it. We've been bombarded with wars. We've been bombarded with all kinds of shit. Pandemic, wars, mishaps, accidents, bombarded with it. We're currently being bombarded with something at some point, somewhere, somehow. Knowledge being stripped away from the regular everyday man, the regular everyday hero. Knowledge being stripped away by the regular everyday hero, by celebrities. And I'm not even blaming celebrities necessarily, but there's specific things like Cat Williams. That's bullshit. Cat Williams ain't saying shit that hundreds and hundreds of people haven't been saying before he said it. People pulling stunts to get people to look at them, like Drake masturbating on a jet airplane. To keep you distracted. And even if you're not distracted by it, you're still being distracted by it. Why? Because we are all interconnected. I have me. I'm going to talk about me, right? I'm interconnected with everybody, right? I have millions of eyes. I'm an entity made that just eyes everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm an ugly, disgusting looking creature. Very disgusting. If you can see my spiritual self, I'm a scary ass, gigantic creature with billions of eyes on it and claws and all kinds of shit, fangs. I'm fucking scary. Okay? But those eyes mean something though. Those eyes mean something. Those are the eyes of humanity. Sometimes my eyes and my eyes aren't being closed. There's no way you can close my eyes. Plural. But they do tend to look places where they're not supposed to be looking. They're distracted. And it affects me. It affects my power. That all my eyes are distracted. So I wanted to make a video about the punishment of Lucifer. I don't know if I can. I think I can, but I don't want to. I don't know why I don't want to. I don't want to because I'm afraid of the reaction. Because to me, it's a painful process. My my imprisonment is a painful thing to talk about. Of course, I have power beyond my cage, but it's not as powerful. If that makes anybody happy, I'm pretty sure that makes a lot of people happy hearing that. But me being in the cage, of course, me being outside of a cage, me being in the cage does reduce my power a little bit. Obviously, if I was outside of a cage, I would be more powerful. Obviously. Duh. Just like I'm an abysmal creature, I'm a dark entity from the abyss, and I might be powerful, I might be able to manifest, I might be able to influence, I might be able to do that, but it's still at a reduced level. Why? Because the whole fucking plane that we live on, the plane of existence that we live on, is being affected or infected by a group of people. I'm talking about myself, but you can also see yourself in that. But I guess it's going to take a long time for you to understand that. And you will one day, just not right now. Or you could understand it right now, which is a good thing if you do. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad shit. It's sad shit. Some people that makes them happy. Some people they think it's great, but they don't know what they're doing. They have no idea. They're just stupid people. Irrational, crazy, psychotic, sociopathic people. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing or what the fuck they're saying. I guess Lucifer had something to say here. That wasn't me. That was me. I channel sometimes when I do this. When I get hyped up, I start connecting with things above my physical self. As above, so below. So, but at the same time, that's bullshit. Pardon my language here. At the same time, it's bullshit because in a sense, it's like now some people see themselves as gods, which is the correct way to see things because that's what you're supposed to be. It's a correct way to see things. I mean, like, okay, it might not be what you're supposed to be, but it's okay to be a god. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be a god. It's not a bad thing to pursue godhood. It's not a bad thing to learn about gods. None of that shit is bad. It's not evil. It's not sinful. It's not vain. It's not none of that shit. No, I am a god because I have gone through a process of things. I have worked my ass off in order to attain a specific level of elitism or professionalism or whatever you want to call it. Advancement, evolution. And now I am at this level and I am okay with it. And if you want to be like me, well, do the same things I did. There's nothing wrong with saying that. What's wrong to me? What's wrong is hiding the fact that you are a god and leave everybody else to eat crumbs. you know, like for real. Like, you leave everybody else to like fucking munch on, little crumbs, little niblets. That's horrible. And this is what these people hope for us. They want us to eat niblets. They want us to eat the niblets, the crumbs that they give us. That's why you're being distracted. So you can eat their crumbs. You could eat my crumbs, but I don't give crumbs. I give whole goddamn apples. I don't give crumbs. I don't have time for crumbs. Man, you're wasting my fucking time. I got other shit to do. I'll give you a whole goddamn apple. If you can't fucking eat the fucking thing, leave it there, eat it later. You know what I mean? Or get another one later. Whatever. So it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what I chose to be. But whatever, that's another story for another day. The thing I need y'all to understand today, the thing that I wish for y'all to understand today is to stop accepting the ritual. Stop accepting the ritual. Even when you're going to school, you're accepting the ritual. Because the school is there for that purpose, to educate you on the processes that we're living on right now. That's why we have history and math and blah, 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 blah. They give you crumbs. And if you say, I'm okay with the crumbs, I mean, you can go to school and get your diploma. I'm not saying stop going to school. That's not what I'm saying. But don't rely on the knowledge that they give you at school. Go find other things. Don't accept the bullshit that they give you. There's a lot more to this world than the crap that you're learning today. No pun intended, no offense meant. Don't accept what they give you. Go look it up. Go look up other things. And look up what they're saying too. Because sometimes school teaches shit and it's not even the right thing that they're teaching you. Because if you go check history, if you do your research, it's not even the right thing. It's not even fucking true. That happens a lot. I've been in classes. I'm not even talking about myself, but myself included. But I've been in classes where you always have like this genius guy that's in the fucking class. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know how he knows all this fucking shit, but he knows everything and shit, and he's fucking right in everybody's face, fucking telling the teacher he's wrong about some shit, right? And everybody's like, oh damn, here we go again. Like most people have that in their class. They have like this one kid that just knows everything, right? So don't accept what they give you, because and shit. I mean, like, just don't accept what they give you. Just don't. Stop being part of the ritual. Stop being part of the ritual. Like be more aware, and it's never too late. Like, you can dispel the spell too. Like if you're a badass one man gang superhero, buy a ticket to the movie, go see the movie, and go tell the movie, man, fuck you, in your head, not out loud. Not for real, bro. Like, cause me, that's what I do nowadays. Nowadays, that's why I watch movies, just to see what kind of garbage is in there. I literally put myself in positions where I'm going to be pissed off, right? And then I come on YouTube and then make a video about it. That's called having an opinion. You see, we talked about, like, we went on a dimension, that's on a crazy dimension there. I've just transformed into a giant fucking creature and stuff like that. But the only thing we're really talking about is opinion. I just made a 51 minute video talking about all kinds of shit. But the real subject of this video is have an opinion. You see how important it is to not accept something in your mind and in your heart? That's how important it is. If you don't understand as above, so below, if you don't understand how how people or, spiritual entities and stuff, like I just told you, it just happened. We just did it. What is above, so below, blah, blah, blah. How can heaven, blah, 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 blah. Your words are magic. Words are magic. Logic is magic. Words are magic. The soul is magical. The people that run this shit, they know this. They're not doing it just for the money. Yes, they're doing it for money. They're doing it for control. They want control over everything. They want control over everything that's above and below the sea. That was the deal. They made a deal with an ancient creature, to have, and this creature, this jinn, whatever creature that people call God, and they told the creature that they want control over everything and that's above. You know what I mean? I mean, it wasn't that easy. I'm paraphrasing here, because the first one to get there is the first. You know what I mean? First come, first serve. Unfortunately, the corruption got to the place before we did. But it's never too late. Like I said before, it's never too late, and it's that easy. It wasn't a hard. It was a hard spell to make. It was a hard deal to make, and it's a hard deal to maintain. But it's very easy to dispel. Like most magic, it's hard to do, but easy to dispel when you know how to do it. So I might be exaggerating here a little bit. There might be a little bit of resentment there, but it's true. Like, in this case, it's true. It's easy to dispel. All you have to do is not accept it coming into you, not to accept the entity or the demon, as people would call it, disrespectfully call it, and don't let it come into you. Just say no. When you see some shit that don't make sense, say no to it. That's snob it. Act like a snob. That's basically what I'm telling you. Act like a snob, cause you can take it however you want to take it. There's some people that'll fist fight a motherfucker over stupid shit. There's motherfuckers that'll insult a motherfucker over stupid shit, and there's motherfuckers that'll be like, yeah, whatever, you know. And I think everybody should be like the third kind. Yeah, whatever. Because nobody gets hurt in that plane of existence. Nobody's gonna get hurt. You don't have to shoot nobody. You don't have to kill nobody. You don't have to pummel nobody. Just whatever. Yeah. You know, keep talking. Keep talking. It's not that hard. And then you save the world by being a snob, by being an educated, sophisticated, cultured snob. You just save the world. And the whole world. You just saved the entire world. Just by doing that. The entire world. The entire world. Above and below. You saved the world. you, you saved the world. The you save fuck anyways, you save whatever people call heaven, and you save hell. All three realms at the same time. You saved everything in existence. Everything in existence by being an educated, not self-righteous, educated, cultured snob. You just saved three realms of existence. Just being that way. Ain't that crazy? It's not hard. You don't have to lift weights every day. You don't have to go learn super complicated shit. You don't have to be a rocket science. But at least know a little bit about rocket science to know when people are lying to you. You know what I mean? And that's it. You just saved three realms of existence, bro. You saved humanity, spirits, and gods. You saved everyone. That's crazy. And I'm not even joking. How do you think you gain spiritual? How do you think you spiritually progress? You spiritually progress. Why do you think spirit is always telling you do this, do that, do this, do that? It's not just people think, oh, because I want to be a good person. No, fuck that. That's what you understand right now. Because you're a human having a human experience. But the thing that you don't understand about why the universe or spirits are telling you to do things in a specific way is because everything you do is important. Being yourself is more important than anything else. You are the origin of all things. That's why some people say that you are God. G is us. Jesus. God is us. Everything originates from within you, a single atom. A single atom created reality as we know it. You are the origin of all things, matter, physical, immaterial, antimatter, everything. So when spirits are telling you do this that way, not this way, be polite, be good, because your words can wreak havoc. If you're not aware that your words are wreaking havoc, It doesn't matter if you're doing, I mean, like, if you're doing good things, yes, that's good, but now you're just catching up to yourself because you're still saying shit, but your good action, but now you have to do good actions in order to clean the shit that you already did. So now you're stuck, not progressing. You're always catching up to yourself. So no, you start by speaking, start by thinking, because you can only speak the right words when you start thinking. So you gotta change the way you think. Okay? So that's good. But you can't talk just yet. You can't talk just yet. Just wait a damn minute. Don't go just because you change your mindset. You think you can't just fucking start saying shit, because there's a lot of work to be done in your mind. There's a lot of work to be done in your mind, and then you can start putting your mind into existence. You can start speaking your mind, right? And then you can do some actions. But the thing is, if your mind is that powerful, if your mind is the starting point, origin, the point zero fusion reactor event, if your mind is the 0 point energy, then and then you start speaking. So now the 0 point energy is coming through, is going outside of your body. You're releasing the 0 point energy from your body. What actions do you need to take? I mean, you have to take actions here and there. But think about it. I'm being optimistic here. But think about it for 2 seconds. If we agree that the 0 point energy is right here in the pineal gland, somewhere in the middle of your fucking head, right? And then you are capable of transmitting that energy through your mouth in vibration, because your mouth is a vibrational engine. That's what it does. It's always vibrating. The only reason why all these words are coming out of my mouth is because there's a little thing in the back of my fucking throat that keeps fucking vibrating like this. So you're sending out the vibrations that's coming from a 0 point energy, the Big Bang event energy, whatever that is. So now you speak what you wish into existence. Now you speak what you wish into existence. So this is why it's important to give you distractions, to pollute your mind with nonsense, garbage, slander, disinformation, depression, demotivational shit, negativity, rituals, pacts, peer pressure, creating peers, period. How do you call that again? Not separation, division. All those weapons that has been brought onto you have worked. There's a thing in the religious people say, all weapons raised against me shall blah, 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 blah. Well, motherfucker, all the fucking weapons so far have been very successful. You know what I mean, bro? Let me tell you something right now. All these goddamn fucking weapons have been very motherfucking successful, or else you wouldn't be in this predicament, this conundrum, this difficult times that we're living in right now. Of course, I'm kidding. I understand perfectly well what you mean, but still, the point still remains. The point still remains. We have been lied to. We have accepted the lie. We have helped the lie have be more capable of lying. Anyways, I guess a good time to stop the video right here. But I guess I don't know. I mean, you can see this. I feel like I should go out on a better note than this, but this video was very positive. The only thing is, I don't think, I mean, some people, might have the ability of being able to perceive what I said on a positive end, but I don't think everybody can. So I'm gonna say the positive thing about everything that I just said right here is everything starts with you, and you shouldn't let an exterior event dictate who you are. You shouldn't accept an outside force, an outside entity to make you into what it wants you to be. Because when you do that, everybody loses. Your God loses. My God loses. Well, that's not true. Your God is the one doing all that shit. But whatever. You believe what you want to believe, but at least believe this. If you're capable of understanding, if you're smart enough, if you're religious, if you're pious, righteous, and all that, and you want to be a good person, blah 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 blah, then in that entity that lives there, this entity, I don't think an entity would accept you not being you. And that entity, you not being you, will not help that entity. So it doesn't help your entity. It doesn't help my entity. It doesn't help anyone's entity. You not being you. You accepting to be infected and led by a bullshit entity. By a lie, an illusion. So every time you take steps into that illusion, you are not saving 3 realms of existence. You are condemning 3 realms of existence. So the positive thing is having an opinion can make you godlike. And I'm going to stop the video right here. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.